Okay, how to fight Jadeplume Terrorshroom, or as I like to call it, Shroom Dino. So, Shroom Dino has a couple of unique mechanics. So, as you can see here, my gear is okay. I'm going to show you a different team in case you want to fight it a different way, but this is just the vanilla way. We're going to run double Geo for the flat 15% damage bonus while we have a shield, and then we're going to run Amber and Xiangling for the double Pyro bonus, which is a flat 25% attack bonus for free. So, anyways, let's get into the fight. Okay, here is Jadeplume Terrorshroom, also known as Shroom Dino. So, Shroom Dino, please don't use Pyro. I will explain to you why you don't want to use Pyro later in the video. The timestamp will be in the description, but for now, let's just focus on fighting the boss. So, always stay in melee range. Okay, the reason why is because all of his moves are pretty short-ranged, and you can always dodge them. Right? He has that swipe, he has that slam. That's actually part of a 3-part combo. And then he has this little, like, you know, ranged shooty thing. So, he also has this big spore shoot thing. It's just a big AoE. Just stay away from him. And then come back in. So, the main thing about this fight is if you stay close to him, his ranged projectiles will actually never touch you. I will just show you that it is very easy, even in mid-range, to dodge them, right here. See? As you can see, the tracking is not really that good, but that's fine. Alright, so all we do, we just dodge, dodge. Note the follow-up? Okay, cool. Alright, let me just whiff an ulti right there. Throw a rock. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole fight. Nothing else in this fight is very important, unless we move on to the next version, which I will show you later. But yeah, so he has this little thing. We're just going to move out of the way because the range is huge. And then we're going to move in, throw a rock at him. Smack. Alright. So, he will be pretty patient a lot of the times. He'll just walk forward. But yeah, you see that? You just dodge to the left or the right. He'll always start with the left one, and then he'll go into the right one. That's actually part of a 3-part combo. If you're far enough away, he will do the final part, which is where he'll like jump up and swipe down, and it'll spawn more projectiles. You don't really have to worry about that because we're just staying in melee range for the most part. Staying close, we're chucking rocks, and it's nice and simple. There are no other bells and whistles if you do this part of the fight. However, the reason why you want to do the other one is because you may want the achievement, and also it's arguable that the other version of this fight is way easier. So, let's go do that. As you can see, that was pretty easy. Okay, so we're going to be using Dendro Traveler and Lisa to interact with the mechanics of Shroom Dino, but as you can see here, my gear here is the exact same as the Geo version because we actually don't care about the gear on Dendro Traveler right now because he's only here to interact with the elements. We actually care about Xiangling's gear. So Xiangling has pretty good gear, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I rolled pretty well. You don't need it. It's just, she's just my damage dealer for the fight. You can use whoever you like. Lisa is only here to interact with the boss fight as well. She is the main source of Enraged. We're going to talk about that later. And then we have Kaya because it's funny to have him over here. Anyways, let's go. Alright, so we have the Shroom Dino over here. So all we're going to do, we're going to hit him with some Dendro, and then we're just going to shock him with Lisa. As you can see, the bar at the top right is filling up pretty quickly. We're just going to dodge that. Alright, fill it up a little bit more. One more how to do it. There we go. So, here's the thing. If you want the achievement, you have to see all 3 of these attacks. So right now, this attack is the big homing ball thing, which is really not that big of a threat because you can just walk around it and then dash whenever they get a little bit too close. It's not that big of a deal. And so after he uses this move, he's going to pass out for a very long time. So this is where we kick him while he's down because, again, this is how life works. So we're just going to sit here and do a lot of damage, okay? This team will trigger a whole bunch of elemental reactions. You can use whoever you want, as long as it gets him into this aggravated stage and he passes out for a couple seconds after his temper tantrum. It's fine. So now that he's awake again, we have to care about dodging attacks. Except we kind of really don't, because we can trigger almost pretty much immediately the aggravated state again. So all we need to do is just sit here and cause a little bit more damage with the Dendro. Whoops, I whiffed that. As you can see, I was so close it didn't even hit. Alright, and now he's mad again. So, the key to all of this is just stay away from him. Not a single thing that he can do, either of the attacks here. We're going to win. I'm going to show you his last attack here. You just stay away from all of them. It's really not that big of a deal. But as you can see, this version of the fight seems to be way easier than the other one. But just in case you wanted to know, here it is. Anyways, easy. Alright, so here we have another aggravated thing. This is the third move that he can use. It's just going to be a little running stomp thing. And all you need to do is just double dash twice directly perpendicular to his thing. He can dash up to 3 times, and then you just attack him. Okay, so welcome to why we don't use burning on this fight. The reason why is because whenever he is burning, he will eject a bunch of these things that you can break with Pyro, and spawn little minions that you can hardly hit with anything. They also shoot homing projectiles, which are really annoying, so I just cannot recommend that you cause burning.